Good morning, SMF Street traders. Welcome, and it's Sunday, and once again we're preparing ourselves like we do always. We have a Google chart. This belongs to the SMF MMT trader. This application is theirs. I am going to populate the mathematical moves on the chart by going into the brain, as you all know, and these lines will populate right to where the trading ranges will be. That way the SMF Street MMT never has to do anything. All he's got to do, he or she, is click right here. This is the black box. Go from away from the black box into the delta. Calculate 10 deltas, and I've got the trend lines drawn. You can see here right now that I drew them right up here. I didn't do it by hand. I hit a button, and each one of these lines are $10.02 a piece for the upcoming week. Now, I want to find out on our weekly platform. This is a market maker platform, MMTs. These charts are for the MMTs. Where prices were made mathematically, this is a weekly trend back here. What a nice trend. We got up to the tops last year, but here's the thing. This is the trend that we've been in, and this is where we put those bottoms in when we were buying it, and now we've had a 3-week move up here, and here, I can't get everything in the video. I apologize. We've had that 3-week move up there, and I'm going to populate all the data. So when I hit that yellow button, MMTs, watch what happens. It's going to populate everything that's in the brain here within one click right there. Now watch it. Here. Watch these things just keep going. It's calculating all your historical data going back 200 bars. Okay? And that's what it did. All of these yellow diamonds are for you. And the thing about it is, I'm going to raise up your info panel. We're going to take a look at this weekly structure. Okay? And this is the part of the chart that we want to look at. But just for the sake of people being that are innocently watching this video, look. It doesn't all fit all the way in there because it's a big app. We own the app. It's got all the historical data that MMTs use. So basically, write these numbers down, and we're going to start working with this number right here, this bar, and this number down here. Half a year SMF bar is 480, 485. You closed 1844 above the last weekly bar. That's bullish. It does it all mathematically right here. Everything that's in the brain is also part of the info panel as far as these movements and these trends. And this trend is very bullish because we're coming up to this mathematical line at resistance. And if we push it, we stand to go right up here to this next line. Okay? And each one of these lines are $10.02. Now, I'm going to go back into the brain, and I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to go up higher deltas. And I just did that, so let's take a look. Right to the penny, folks. I hit that thing. It updated it mathematically. It does it all for you. This does not lie. This is a weekly chart. And it populated the lines all the way up there mathematically, even right to where the last reversal was. So basically, half of the bar is 484. Half of this weekly bar, 471.71. And half of this weekly bar down here is 459.94. Those are 3 half weekly bar moves. On the upside, we're going to go back in time, and we're going to find out what half of that bar is. And we're going to scroll down here and find the highlighted field. Here it is. And everybody knows that when they're trained in this school, that what you're trained on how to do is in this info panel and in this application. This is not your standard application. It's mathematical technical analysis, not standard technical analysis. Take a look right here. The upper half bar resistance right now, which is this next bar, is 494.26. Write that down. Write that down. 494.26. Okay. There's another level of support back on 816 of a half bar is 477.86. Write that number down. Okay, let's take a look over here where we were historically. Intraday ranges were up here. This is that weekly mathematical resistance, and that big drop right to the penny mathematically dropped We're at the lower high. We got to take out that higher of the bar. In the next video, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be going all over the mathematical equations in your platform and what your platform does. So everything that's in your platform, everything that's all these prices that are in this platform are in here. To the upside movements are already calculated. All these lines are calculated from here. And they're 100% accurate. They're so accurate you can see past performance of what they were doing in your new pricing for Monday. You can see back in time for the year trend how you can see exactly what was happening with the public at these mathematical lines. It doesn't lie. The system, this is a weekly pricing model system behind your trades to all SMF Street traders. I've given you rises 2 in the trend. That's the main one right here. We're going to look at if we hold right in here on this weekly low at 490.15. Write that down. Write that down. Is to consolidate above 490.15. It's in your brain. It's mathematically coded right there. Same one goes over here. Same one as 49.15. Both of these diamonds. The lower one we already talked about. Let's make sure that that number is read. This is this area right here. This is that low right here, right above that teeny line. That's $10 below the market there. So make sure you got one that's always there at 480.75, slightly above that teeny line. That way you'll have your alerts and whatnot. I'm going to blow up your chart so you can see just the last downtrend move, and you can see these weekly moves clearly. These are mathematical weekly moves. Everything is calculated in the brain. Everything is calculated in this system. You'll trade this system. Okay, the high at one time was 619.98. That's your last low, and your opening bar the other day was 483.75 on a weekly level. This is a weekly level, not a 3-minute level. So basically, for the week right here, if I scroll up here, we can see what that weekly range was. I scroll up right here. You come down here. You can see right here the low of the week on it was 478. And the high of the week was 491.2 during the options expiration. And you got a close of 490.15. Right where we were talking about these two bullets over here. And we're going to see if we can close above what's in that info panel. It says Delta line 490.15. That's where these double bottoms were before you collapsed. And out of the 3-week trend, you have not taken out the high, and that's well above there. We're going to do the calls and the puts. Here, let's get this in the video so you can see the whole thing. It's half of that bar. And we got a good move from here at this breakout up to that next teeny line. And we're going to be trading this over here. We're going to be looking at the calls and the puts on Google, and that will be on the next video, in the next video chart.